Space has always been a source of wonder and fascination for humanity. But lurking beyond the beauty of distant galaxies and shimmering nebulae are discoveries so terrifying they challenge everything we thought we knew about the universe and our place within it. What astronomers and scientists have found out there in the cold, dark void is enough to keep you awake at night, questioning whether we are truly safe on this tiny blue marble we call home. The universe, as it turns out, is far more dangerous and hostile than most people realize, and today we are going to explore the most chilling discoveries that have left even the most seasoned scientists disturbed and unsettled. Imagine for a moment that you are floating in the vastness of space, millions of light years from Earth, and you encounter something so massive, so inexplicably powerful, that it defies all logic and reason. This is the reality that researchers face when they discovered what are known as rogue black holes. These are not your ordinary black holes that sit quietly at the center of galaxies, minding their own business while slowly consuming matter over billions of years. No, rogue black holes are something far more sinister. They are wanderers, cosmic predators that have been ejected from their home galaxies and now roam freely through the universe at incredible speeds, some traveling at millions of miles per hour. The terrifying thing about rogue black holes is that they are essentially invisible until it is far too late. You cannot see them coming because they emit no light. The only way scientists know they exist is by observing the gravitational effects they have on nearby stars and matter. Picture a black hole the size of our sun or larger, hurtling through space with no fixed destination, consuming everything in its path like a cosmic vacuum cleaner of death. If one of these rogue black holes were to enter our solar system, and statistically speaking there are millions of them wandering through the Milky Way alone, the consequences would be catastrophic beyond imagination. The gravitational disruption alone would be enough to throw all the planets out of their orbits. Earth could be flung into the frozen depths of outer space, where all life would perish within days as temperatures plummeted to hundreds of degrees below zero. Or worse, we could be pulled directly into the event horizon of the black hole itself, where the laws of physics as we understand them completely break down. Time would stretch, matter would be torn apart at the atomic level in a process scientists grimly call spaghettification, and everything that ever existed on Earth would be compressed into an infinitely small point of unimaginable density. The most unsettling part is that we would have almost no warning. By the time we detected a rogue black hole heading our way, there would be nothing we could do to stop it or escape. But rogue black holes are just the beginning of the horrors that await us in the cosmic abyss. Consider the discovery of gamma-ray bursts, perhaps the most violent and energetic events in the entire universe. When certain massive stars die, they do not simply fade away quietly. Instead, they explode in a supernova of such incredible power that for a brief moment they outshine entire galaxies containing hundreds of billions of stars. But even that is not the truly terrifying part. During these explosions, beams of concentrated gamma radiation are released in opposite directions from the poles of the dying star, like cosmic death rays that travel at the speed of light. These gamma-ray bursts release more energy in a few seconds than our sun will produce in its entire 10 billion-year lifetime. The radiation is so intense that if one were to occur within a few thousand light-years of Earth, and if one of those beams happened to be pointed in our direction, it would be game over for life on our planet. The gamma radiation would strip away our ozone layer almost instantaneously, exposing everything on the surface to deadly levels of ultraviolet radiation from our own sun. But that is just the immediate effect. The chemical reactions triggered in our atmosphere would create a thick brown smog of nitrogen dioxide that would block out sunlight for years, triggering a nuclear winter scenario that would collapse food chains and lead to mass extinctions. The truly frightening thing is that we would never see it coming. Gamma-ray bursts travel at the speed of light, which means the deadly radiation would arrive at the same time as the visible light that would alert us to the explosion. By the time we saw the flash in the sky, the damage would already be done. Scientists believe that gamma-ray bursts may have already caused mass extinctions on Earth in the distant past. Some researchers have theorized that the Ordovician extinction event that occurred around 450 million years ago, which wiped out nearly 85% of all marine species, may have been triggered by a nearby gamma-ray burst. We have no way to predict when or where the next one will occur, and statistically, it is only a matter of time before another one happens close enough to affect our planet. Moving on to something that sounds like it belongs in a science fiction horror movie, we come to the discovery of what scientists call magnetars. These are the remains of massive stars that have collapsed into neutron stars, objects so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh about 6 billion tons on Earth. But magnetars are not ordinary neutron stars. They possess magnetic fields that are so incredibly powerful they defy human comprehension. The magnetic field of a magnetar is roughly a quadrillion times stronger than the magnetic field of Earth. To put that in perspective, if a magnetar were located halfway between Earth and the Moon, it would erase every credit card on the planet and pull the iron out of your blood. The magnetic fields of magnetars are so powerful that they actually warp the shape of atoms themselves. The electron clouds that normally orbit atomic nuclei in roughly spherical shapes are stretched into long, thin cylinders along the magnetic field lines. This means that all of chemistry as we know it would cease to function anywhere near a magnetar. The bonds that hold molecules together, the very foundations of biology and life itself, simply could not exist in such an environment. Magnetars also occasionally experience what scientists call starquakes, sudden shifts in their crystalline crusts that release enormous amounts of energy in the form of gamma rays and X-rays. In December 2004, a magnetar located about 50,000 light-years away experienced a starquake that released more energy in 1/10 of a second than our Sun produces in 250,000 years. Even at that incredible distance, the radiation from this event was powerful enough to measurably disturb our ionosphere. If a magnetar were located within 10 light-years of Earth, which is relatively close in cosmic terms, a single starquake could potentially cause an extinction-level event.
Perhaps even more disturbing than these cosmic killers is the discovery of what scientists have named the Great Attractor. Hidden behind the dense stars and dust clouds at the center of our own Milky Way galaxy lies a gravitational anomaly so massive that it is pulling everything in our local group of galaxies toward it at speeds of about 600 kilometers per second. Our entire galaxy, along with Andromeda, the Triangulum galaxy, and dozens of smaller galaxies, are all being inexorably drawn toward this mysterious region of space that we cannot even properly see or study. For decades, scientists had no idea what could possibly be massive enough to exert such a powerful gravitational influence over such an enormous volume of space. The Great Attractor is located approximately 250 million light-years away from Earth, and yet its gravitational pull affects the motion of galaxies across billions of light-years. When researchers finally managed to peer through the galactic plane using infrared and X-ray telescopes that could penetrate the dust and gas blocking our view, what they found was deeply unsettling. Behind the Great Attractor lies something even larger, a structure so vast that it contains the mass of millions of billions of suns, a supercluster of galaxies that astronomers have named Laniakea. We are falling toward this cosmic destination at hundreds of kilometers per second, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about it. The journey will take billions of years, far longer than our Sun has left before it swells into a red giant and consumes the inner planets. But the very existence of such a powerful gravitational influence, hidden from our view in a region we call the zone of avoidance, raises unsettling questions about what other cosmic forces might be acting upon us without our knowledge. The fifth terrifying discovery takes us into the realm of the truly alien and incomprehensible. Scientists have detected mysterious signals from deep space that have baffled researchers for years. Known as fast radio bursts, these signals are incredibly powerful pulses of radio waves that last only milliseconds but release as much energy as the Sun produces in days. First discovered in 2007, these signals appear to come from billions of light-years away, far outside our galaxy, and their origins remain largely unexplained. What makes fast radio bursts particularly unnerving is their seemingly random and unpredictable nature. They appear from all directions in the sky, most of them never repeating. However, some fast radio bursts have been detected repeating from the same location, suggesting they come from some kind of persistent source rather than a one-time cataclysmic event like a stellar explosion. One repeating fast radio burst, designated FRB 121102, has been observed hundreds of times, each burst lasting only a few milliseconds. While most scientists believe these signals have natural explanations, such as highly magnetized neutron stars or the collision of ultra-dense objects, the sheer power and mysterious nature of these signals has led some researchers to suggest more exotic possibilities. Harvard astronomers have theorized that some fast radio bursts could potentially be evidence of advanced alien civilizations using powerful energy beams to propel spacecraft across interstellar distances. The bursts we detect could be the spillover radiation from these propulsion systems, brief flashes of incredibly advanced technology that we can only dimly perceive. Whether these signals are natural phenomena or evidence of intelligence beyond our understanding, they serve as a stark reminder of how little we truly comprehend about the universe. Every day, powerful bursts of energy from unknown sources are washing over our planet, carrying information about events and processes that our current science cannot fully explain. The sixth discovery that has sent chills down the spines of astronomers involves the detection of what are known as hypervelocity stars. These are stars that have been ejected from the center of galaxies at such extreme speeds that they are literally escaping the gravitational pull of their home galaxies entirely. Some hypervelocity stars have been observed traveling at speeds exceeding 3 million miles per hour, fast enough to cross the distance from Earth to the Moon in just a few minutes. The mechanism that creates hypervelocity stars is both fascinating and terrifying. When a binary star system, two stars orbiting each other, wanders too close to the supermassive black hole at the center of a galaxy, the gravitational forces can tear the pair apart. One star is captured by the black hole and begins spiraling toward its doom, while the other is flung outward at incredible velocity, like a cosmic slingshot. The energy imparted to these stars is almost unimaginable, enough to send them hurtling through space for millions of years until they eventually drift into the void between galaxies. What makes hypervelocity stars particularly concerning is the realization that our own solar system could potentially encounter one of these cosmic speedsters. While the chances are astronomically small, the consequences would be catastrophic. A star passing through our solar system, even if it did not directly collide with anything, would gravitationally disrupt the orbits of all the planets. Asteroids and comets that have remained stable for billions of years would be sent careening in new directions, potentially bombarding the inner planets. The delicate balance that has allowed life to flourish on Earth for nearly 4 billion years would be destroyed in a matter of years or decades. Finally, we come to perhaps the most existentially terrifying discovery in the history of astronomy, the revelation that the universe itself is dying. This is not some distant theoretical concern or a misinterpretation of data. Multiple independent lines of evidence have confirmed that the universe is slowly winding down, like a cosmic clock running out of energy. The rate at which new stars are born has been declining steadily for billions of years. At the peak of star formation, roughly 10 billion years ago, the universe was creating stars at a rate about 30 times higher than it does today. But even more unsettling than the declining birth rate of stars is the discovery that the expansion of the universe is accelerating. In 1998, two independent teams of astronomers made a discovery that would earn them the Nobel Prize and fundamentally change our understanding of cosmic fate. By observing distant supernovae, they determined that the expansion of the universe is not slowing down as everyone expected, but is actually accelerating over time. Something is pushing galaxies apart faster and faster, and scientists have named this mysterious force dark energy. Dark energy makes up approximately 68% of the total energy content of the universe, yet we have absolutely no idea what it actually is. All we know is that it is causing space itself to expand at an ever-increasing rate. If this acceleration continues, and there is no reason to believe it will stop, the eventual fate of the universe is a cold, dark, empty void where even atoms themselves may eventually be torn apart by the relentless expansion of space.
Trillions of years from now, long after our sun has died and even the longest-lived red dwarf stars have exhausted their nuclear fuel, the universe will enter what scientists call the heat death scenario. All the energy that currently powers stars, galaxies, and life itself will be evenly distributed across an inconceivably vast and cold cosmos. No processes will be possible, no change will occur, and the universe will exist in a state of perfect, eternal darkness. Every galaxy, every star, every planet, and every trace of life that ever existed will be less than a memory, scattered across a void so empty and cold that even the concept of time may lose all meaning. This is the ultimate fate that awaits everything we know and love, everything we have ever accomplished, and everything we ever will accomplish. In the grand cosmic perspective, all of human civilization, all of our art and science and love and war amounts to a brief flicker of consciousness in an infinite darkness. We are a momentary arrangement of atoms that has somehow become aware of its own existence and its own inevitable end. But perhaps there is a strange comfort to be found in these terrifying discoveries. They remind us of how precious and unlikely our existence truly is. Every moment of consciousness, every connection we form with other human beings, every experience of beauty and wonder is a gift of almost impossible rarity in a universe that is predominantly cold, dark, and utterly hostile to life. The very fact that we exist at all on this tiny oasis of warmth and light is a miracle that defies the overwhelming odds of cosmic indifference. These discoveries also highlight the incredible achievements of human science and curiosity. We are a species that has evolved on one small planet, yet we have managed to peer into the depths of space and time, unraveling mysteries that our ancestors could never have imagined. We have detected signals from the edge of the observable universe, traced the history of the cosmos back to a fraction of a second after its birth, and begun to understand the fundamental forces that shape reality itself. Even as we confront the terrifying nature of the universe, we do so with the remarkable tools of reason and observation that make us unique among all known life forms. The universe may be filled with dangers beyond our control, from rogue black holes to gamma-ray bursts to the slow heat death of all existence. But our response to these discoveries demonstrates the very best of what humanity can be. We face the unknown not with despair, but with curiosity. We seek understanding even when the answers are frightening. And we continue to explore, to question, and to reach for the stars, knowing full well the dangers that await us in the cosmic void. If you found this exploration of the universe's darkest secrets fascinating and want to continue learning about the mysteries that lie beyond our world, make sure to follow this page for more incredible content that will challenge your understanding of reality and take you to the very edges of human knowledge.